Hey dudes, what's up? I'm the Guitar Dude, and recently I did a cover video of Swinglynn by Twincabins, and out of all my videos, this one kinda blew up a little bit. You know, if you want to check out my cover, the link is in the description below. I also gotta give thanks and shout out this person who made this comment and gave me the idea of making this tutorial. Sadly, I've never done a video like this before, so yeah, it turned out pretty long, but I really go into every detail in the song and how it's played. So stick around, have a little patience, because we're going to learn the whole song. So I don't have a big setup to play guitar, but I do have a pedal. It does come with a lot of effects, and most of them have really good use in particularly all the songs I want to play. This is the one I have right now, and it just keeps going for a while. And that's the kind of echo you want for this song. Also, it's just standard guitar tuning, so no need to modify that. So in this song we have two guitars. One is the main chords, and the other one is the tune that is playing along the chords. The first one you can just play with your hand. The second one, I recommend using a pick for it. Makes it much easier. Going into the song now. The first guitar has 4 main chords. I'll be showing them right here as I progress. The first chord we have is a G major, which you can do like this. It's on the 3rd fret. Also, G major can be this way, the normal G major, but this one sounds way better with the song. From the G major, we have G minor, and from here you go up to the 5th fret and we have an A major using your middle finger, and from here we go down to the 2nd fret. We take off our middle finger to have a G flat minor. That would sound like this. And those are the 4 initial chords we need. Okay, now for the strumming. The rhythm is this way, but it has a palm mute in between, which is lifting up your fingers and just mute the strings, just like that. So in the song you strum up and down, and then you palm mute, and then you keep strumming in that rhythm. In slow it would be like this. A little bit more slower. You can see how I'm lifting my fingers right there. So the song starts strumming down each one of these chords one time, then the 2nd chord, go up to the 5th fret, and then the G flat minor. During this last chord, the 2nd guitar starts playing, but we'll get to that later. Let's just see how that first part would sound with the song. Now comes in the other guitar. It's just these 2 times. Now you start the strumming. And it has a little palm mute in between. Okay, that would be the first part. Let's continue. So the second part is after a couple of repetitions of the first chords. Then we come to the second part, which is this one. Yeah, that's the one. And you start off with a B minor 7, and I like to do it on the 7th chord, and it's just these 2 fingers. That's it. You can also do it on the 2nd fret, but I like it on the 7th fret because it adds one more sound there. It sounds pretty nice. And then you go down to the A major we saw before. And the rhythm changes a little bit on only these 2 chords. The strumming is pretty easy. You go down 3 times, and then you go up and down, just there. At that part you go down and you strum up 2 times, and then you continue strumming. So I'm going to do it slow. You can see in between there's a little palm mute. That one. And there's another one. Now that part has those 2 chords, and then you go down to G major, and you do the same pattern of strumming as in the first chord. You do G major and then G minor. So it would sound like this. And that's how that second part should sound. Okay, so after that part, we have a little pause while the second guitar continues a little bit. Now just the bass continues, and then when it starts again, you start with the strumming, just like at the beginning. And then you start with the strumming while the second guitar also plays. So the song continues normally with the first phase of the chords, and then the second phase of the chords, which starts with the B minor 7. And the second phase of the chords repeats itself 3 times. And at the end, you just let it sound. And then again. After that, in this part, you're going to play the same chords at the beginning, just with one little difference. We're going to skip the G minor. We're going to play G major, then G major again, then A major, and then B flat minor. So it's going to sound like this. Same strumming as in the beginning. And this basically plays until the end of the song. The first guitar just ends in an A major at the end. And yeah, now we can get to the second guitar. Okay, for the second part, we have the second guitar, which I would recommend using a pick, and this guitar only uses the second and the third string. Starting on the 12th position, 12th fret, we go from 12 to 10, then we go to the 3rd string, and go 12, 11 on the first part of the song. When just have the strumming. So it would sound like this. So after those three, you start with the faster picking. I would recommend not to just play each string down, because I've seen a lot of people do it. It makes it much more difficult than it can be. If you can get used to playing the strings up and down and changing, it becomes much more easier. So on this part we add a couple of more spaces that we have to play. When we get to 11th, we go down to 9, 11, 12, 11 on the 3rd string. Without the fast picking, it would sound like this. And then you add the faster picking, which is you hit the strings 2 times per note, and you would have this. So slower would be, and I recommend, like I said, to do this motion when you're picking. It's much more easier if you have this flow. So before the fast part, you have to play each one of the 4 spaces 2 times, and then you start again, but now you incorporate the new spaces. Okay, so let's try playing that with the song now. Okay, here we go. I also would recommend trying to use as most of your fingers as you can. Not trying to do it only 3, not with 2. It's way more easier if you try to use all your fingers, even your pinky. So then comes the second strumming of each chord on the first part, and then when we get back to the picking, same way, the picking you repeat it 8 times. And then on the first guitar, you know it does this. And with that, the second guitar goes over here. It makes a nice sound with the other chords. And this is just on the 3rd and the 2nd string. 2nd string, 12th position, 3rd string, 11th thread, and then you go down 2 spaces. Now after that, you go back to the picking, but it changes now. It goes 12, 10, 12 on the 3rd, then 11, then you go back to 10 on the 2nd, then you go 12 again on the 3rd, 11th, then 9, and then 11 again. So it should sound like this. But with 2 picking on every note. Except on the last 2. And the last one, you can give it that effect. So it would sound like. That's what I do in my video. So now we're ready to put this part in practice, and we can join in the song. Okay, here it comes. after the part we just practiced, we go through the first phase of the song again, with the first picking, then we go to the next phase of the guitars, which has these notes, and with the picking. But now, you repeat this picking 3 times, and at the end, you finish along with this chord, you finish with this little chord. And then we start with the other part of the strumming that does not include the G minor. After the first repetition of the strumming, when you're on the B minor flat, the second guitar comes in with this. And then you start with the continuous picking in that part. That would be just on the 3rd string, you go from 12 to 11, and on the 2nd string, you go from 10 to 12. You just go 12, 11, 12, 11, 10, 12, 10, 12, 12, 11, 12, 11, 10, 12, 10, 12, 12, 11, 12, 11. You get it. Okay, so now that we know it, let's play it along with the song now. Okay, so you basically play that until almost the end of the song. Exactly, it's 20 repetitions of that part. And at some point, it seems like there's a 3rd guitar playing the same set of notes, but at a different timing. I'm not sure, I just did these 2 guitars because they were the ones that sounded the most clear, but it seems like there's a 3rd guitar. But now we get to the last part. So after the 20 repetitions of, we change to this little chord that we were doing before, but we start at the 9th position. Then we go up to the 11th, then we go up to the 14th, and then lastly we go up to the 16th. And it plays out like this. And then when the first guitar stops at the A major, we continue these chords just a half of it. So we go, and we stay there, we go back, and we end it there. Almost like the first guitar. But the first guitar just stays in A major. That'll be the whole song. So yeah, let's see how that sounds with the song. Okay, here it comes. So there you have it, guys. The video took some time and effort to make and had to fix a lot of mistakes I made, but I think it still turned out okay. If you're still watching, I really hope this video helped you learn this song, so you can go through the video and practice each part as much as you need, and you can enjoy the song as much as I did. I'm also so glad of the people who have started to support me in this channel, through the comments, through the likes, but I'm just starting and I plan to keep going. So thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Also leave a comment if it helped or not. I want to know what you guys think. And that's it for now. See you later, dudes.
Read ahead.
It would take me a year to get good at this.
No, 6 months. 4 to 5 hours a day, and you'd be an expert.
Is this what you